Action fanatics, welcome to another edition of the Bulletproof Podcast. I'm your host, Chris the Brain, and we have a full house on this episode because he is back with us. It's Chad Cruz.
It's wonderful to be back, Mr. Brain. Thanks for reaching out to me, making sure I was still alive, and inviting me to join you on this very special episode.
This one, like our last regular episode of the year, so glad you're here. And of course, you know who else is joining me, as they always do. It's the Toyman, Chris DePetrillo.
Very happy to be a part of this Bulletproof reunion, just in time for the holidays. It's a classic cast of characters talking about a classic film tonight.
Indeed it is. And of course, we couldn't do it without Ryan Campbell.
Brain, just make sure you don't feed Chad Cruz after midnight.
I'm going to try my best to get this thing done before midnight.
Dear God, please.
Yeah, I think I'm way too old to be I was up like super. Well, that's nobody cares about that. But yeah, we'll be done before midnight. So Chad Cruz won't be eating. He might get wet, as he often does when we have these conversations, but that's a whole other story. I do want to thank everyone who voted for the Golden Butthorn Awards. Again, we will be announcing those results on December 30th as part of the first annual Golden Butthorn Awards ceremony. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be like no award show that's ever been done before, Chad Cruz.
Yeah, I was wondering, am I going to walk the red carpet for this, or what do you want me to do?
You might need to. Okay. Yeah, I'll get you more details when we wrap up again, hopefully well before midnight. But yeah, everybody be ready for that. It is coming December 30th. And again, a big thank you to those who voted, doing something special here during the holidays. And the holidays is also an excuse to kind of maybe do a movie that isn't a pure action movie. There's a lot of horror elements in here, Chad Cruz. It's Gremlins. But, we use holidays as an excuse to kind of go off the path a little bit.
Yeah, a podcast that kind of sticks to its own little rigid frame, its own like system. It kind of struggles at times, and we felt that ourselves, is trying to find the right movie for the audience. And I think that sometimes when we get into these themes, and I'm using the holiday of Christmas as a theme, yes. I feel like we really hit one out of the park. So this is a great one for us.
We have to be like water, really. You have to at times.
Yes.
So that's exactly what we're going to do here. Again, we are talking Gremlins. This one was released on June 8th, 1984. Ryan Campbell, when did you first see Gremlins?
It would have been when I was a kid. It's kind of one of those things where I remember just having memories of like certain scenes and the Gremlins kind of sticking with me as a child. So I don't know the exact age, but it was certainly when I was a kid. And then I've watched it later, as an adult. But that,
like last night.
Definitely. But yeah, it was kind of one of those things where I can't tell you the exact time. And I might not even watched it all in one sitting, but definitely parts of it stuck with me.
Toyman, I know you have a Gremlin story for us.
I mean, I saw this very early on. I was obsessed with Gremlins. I still have some vintage Gremlins merchandise at my parents' house. I've actually got some of the newer NECA figures downstairs in the basement, including Gizmo with the keyboard and the Christmas-themed Gremlin. And Zach actually latched on to Gremlins pretty early on too. He saw it for the first time during COVID when the theaters were showing the throwback movies, and it was like his favorite movie for a little while. And he was actually gifted from one of my friends who, like me, hangs on to a lot of his mementos from his youth, the original Gizmo doll. So Zach actually has a vintage Gizmo doll on display in his room.
Nice. If only you could have hung on to your hair. Now, Chad Cruz, I'm getting them in early. Chad Cruz, you're Gremlin. When did you first see Gremlins?
Yeah, I'm not as old as you are.
Right.
But I know it's probably late 80s is my guess. I don't recall seeing it, kind of how Ryan was saying, but I haven't seen it for many years until just a few nights ago. So it wasn't like a first time watch where it was that, we watched so many movies here that I haven't seen in 3 decades that sometimes It feels like a brand new movie to me. This one didn't feel that way. There's still a lot of it that I remember, but it felt good kind of revisiting that well. And yeah, I now I'm regretful that I didn't watch it more.
Right. I will allow you to now mock me because I saw this one at the theater.
Of course you did. You
And
probably took your little cousins. You drove them.
No,
in.
it was actually no. It was actually, and I was talking to Mr. Spector about this, like just how different the world is now. Like,
oh yeah,
it was like my friend's dad came and took us. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he spoke to my parents, but it's like he just had like a car full of kids. I'm sure none of us had a damn seatbelt on, and we were just jammed in the back and like, all right, I'm gonna take your kids to this freaking theater. All right, bye, see ya. And we did.
I was trying to tell my 11-year-old son the other day that I saw a double feature. I can't remember what year it was. The double feature was Highlander 3 and Star Trek Generations. And my friend and I were dropped off at the theater and sat in this, this like dingy theater for 5 hours or whatever, watch these two films. And if you remember Highlander 3, it has one of the greatest sex scenes of all time in it.
Oh my word.
So
that was like 95, 94, 95.
So I was probably 11 or 12 years old. Me and my buddy just got dropped off for 5 hours alone. Could have been dead in an alley. Could have been bleeding out of the butthole. We don't know. Could have been anything. Word.
What a place to bleed from. All right. Yeah. So, again, times have changed, folks. But, Gremlins has been a long time favorite. I think I had they had to have trading cards. If they did, I had them. I know they had Goonies ones, so they had to have Gremlins ones. But yeah, let's get into it. The story begins in Chinatown, and we get some narration from Rand Peltzer, played by Hoyt Axton. And he's there, Chad Cruz, looking for buyers for his bathroom buddy invention. And he ends up in this shop in Chinatown. And this really is where it all begins.
Yeah, some would say it's a fantastic idea for a fantastic world.
They would.
Yeah, and this is years before Shark Tank, Brain. Right. And it's tough for the Peltzer brand to be out there trying to sell. You're not selling door to door, but you're selling like literally person to person. Every person you run into, he's trying to make this sale. And while this small shop in Chinatown probably doesn't get a lot of walk-in traffic, foot traffic. I think a buyer is a buyer, right? And the bathroom buddy invention, maybe not that practical, but you know what? He's had worse inventions, I'm sure of it.
And we'll see. I mean, that seems to be a running gag throughout the film. Brian Campbell is these inventions maybe they're good ideas, but maybe the execution isn't all the way there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he takes this out on his family by making all the household appliances be his pieces of ingenuity, you may say. And of course, they don't want to let him down difficultly, so they just kind of go through it. And but yeah, sometimes they work, and they even work for a few days, and then they start the gremlins start to show up.
It's like maximum overdrive without the killing.
Right. We'll get some killing, but it's not from Mr. Peltzer's machines. The grandfather who runs this store, played by the legendary Key Luke. Toyman, why don't you tell us where you've seen Key Luke before?
Well, he was just discussed not all that long ago in No Surrender Cinema because he played Sabasan on the short-lived but amazing Disney action back in the day when Disney actually produced action content. But he was on Sidekicks with Ernie Reyes Jr.
There you go. Does anyone remember when Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon went to Old Tucson? And
vaguely,
Bobby Heenan was referring to the man who ran the laundromat as Key Luke.
No, I don't remember that.
I do.
Wow.
Well done.
Damn.
Many, many times. Yeah, there you go. Key Luke. And I'm wondering if I even realized what he was saying at the time. But I figured it out since, Mr. Heenan. But yeah, so he's pitching this bathroom buddy to the grandfather, and he's hearing something is singing. What is that? What is making that beautiful tune? And he goes and takes a look, and he sees something that he's like, I must have this. My son would love this. How much? I'll give you 100, 200. No. It's not for sale, says the grandfather. It's a mogwai.
Oh, that just makes us want it more when you tell us we can't buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, Brian, this is years before The Voice and the blind audition. He doesn't get to see this little thing, but that voice, it's like the damn siren, in the Odyssey.
Chad Cruz bringing all the reality TV references tonight. Toyman's just itching to somehow work in something stupid. He'll get it in, folks. Don't you worry.
That's what she said.
Everyone's got to get their licks.
What? Oh.
Also what she said.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, with the mogwai comes great responsibility, but then the grandson pulls him aside, hey, just meet me outside. My grandfather's crazy, and we need the freaking money around here because, again, as you said, Chad, this place isn't getting much foot traffic. But you have to go down steps, and it's a little shady.
Yeah. Do you think this is some sort of metaphor on the generational gap between the grandson and the grandfather?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just
you're bringing some deep analysis to this program that we've been lacking.
I'm partially drunk too.
At least the kid does give the 3 instructions. Isn't just like
he does. He doesn't just
go.
Yeah, he does. He gives them, and then we keep them out of the light, keep them away from water, and never, ever, ever, ever,
no matter how much they cry,
feed them after midnight. Right. Now, of course, if you think too hard about any of these things, you will drive yourself crazy. This is almost as bad as if you try to figure out time travel movies.
Yeah.
Is because it's okay, well, the next morning is after midnight from the day. But
what about time? And what about daylight savings or time zones?
It's a lot of issues here.
Yeah. So what clock are we running off of?
Right. So we just have to go with it. And now we're going to go to beautiful Kingston Falls, Pennsylvania. This is just classic small town USA. We hear Rockin' Ricky Rialto on the radio, and then the classic Christmas song, Christmas Baby Please Come Home, by the one and only Darlene Love. Chad Cruz, quiz time.
Okay.
What other Christmas movie is Darlene Love known for?
Fuck, I don't know, dude.
She plays Mrs. Roger Murtaugh in Lethal Weapon.
No shit.
All the Lethal Weapons, obvious, but the first one being a Christmas theme.
How about that? I would have never guessed that.
Well, now you know. You've learned something here today. Then we go to
there's a TikTok or something out there about how if you listen to that song with the context that it's someone who's seen all snow for the first time, it's hilarious. So next time you're listening to that song, and it's just imagine them, they're trying to describe to someone seen snow for the first time.
I'll do it. We then cut to the Christmas tree lot where Sheriff Frank is trying to get a free tree. Mr. Anderson is there, and he's like, hey, Frank, I paid for mine. Here is where I realized a couple, maybe a month and a half, it was around Halloween time. I realized that I have seen Gremlins a lot because Harry Carey Jr. shows up in The Exorcist 3, which I watched for the very first time this spooky season. And I'm like, isn't that the guy who tries to mail something in Gremlins and gets his, yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah. And I looked it up and I'm like, yep, that's freaking Mr. Anderson. It's just, I just recognized him. And I've seen this movie so many times, and I will continue to watch it every holiday season. We also meet Pete.
Say you've seen it so many times that you decided to go out in a tree costume for Halloween one year.
No, I don't go and I don't
just break it into people's. Just when they knock on the door for trick or treat, then you just drag Christmas trees into their house.
Right, that'll show them. But yeah, we meet Pete, who is in a Christmas tree costume, played by the one and only Corey Feldman. Toyman, tell us all about Corey Feldman, please.
I don't think the four of us combined could tell the world all about Corey Feldman. Obviously, iconic actor in many of our 80s favorites, in many not so classic direct-to-video films. One film that doesn't get enough love that I always enjoyed was Rock and Roll High School Forever. That is one of my latter-day Corey Feldman favorites. But around these parts, he actually flexed some martial arts muscle as the main heel in A Dangerous Place, which is another favorite of mine.
Indeed, he did. A PM Entertainment film, no less. So now we cut to Billy Peltzer, played by Zach Galligan, and he cannot get his car started. And here comes a true classic, Chad Cruz, the one and only Dick Miller.
Yeah, that piece of shit foreign car.
He's very much made in the USA in this movie. He is. He all about them tariffs. We'll just say that.
He's shit talking foreign cars, and we find out that Billy is an aspiring cartoonist, and he's hoping to see his cartoons right alongside Little Abner, which hasn't run in a newspaper. And now are there even comics in newspaper? Are there even newspapers? I don't know. But
can we even really read, Brian?
No, I know I can't. So Billy's like, well, I got to get going. I'm going to have to walk to work with my dog, Barney. And they get there just in time. And now here's where Chad Cruz might get wet.
Yep.
We meet his coworker, Kate. Chad Cruz.
Yeah.
Please tell us about Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe Cates is she's like watching your dream walk in, say your name, and then just embrace you warmly. It's like listening to an angel sing a song about you and gently rocking you to sleep.
Oh, okay.
It's a very soft feeling.
Mm-hmm. Not a hard one.
No.
I was just about to go there, Brain. Thank you for beating me to it.
Stop beating him off, Brain. No, Phoebe Cates, gorgeous, beautiful woman. Big fan of hers.
Yeah.
It is it's still like weird to see her post naked scenes, and now she's in Gremlins, and I'm like, I don't remember as a kid having seen those nude scenes, but now as an adult, I'm really, really happy they exist.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Yeah, she's got a petition to save Dory's Tavern in hopes of getting it landmark status, because we learn, Ryan Campbell, of quite the villain in the movie, Mrs. Deagle. And apparently she owns everything, or I don't know what she's got to be part of this bank. She's got money. That's what we know, and other people don't, and she uses that against them.
Oh, this bitch. Yeah. She shows up to the bank and just like shoves everyone out of the way and walks right to the front of the line, because in here you think it's because, she's mad about her Santa or her snowman getting destroyed. But no, she comes back in later in the movie just to make a normal deposit and like skips right to the front of the line. So it's very clear very early on. She's also getting in the Scrooge role of telling a poor mother and her two kids that they can ask Santa for rent money, because she's trying to plead for their case that rent's going to be a little late because they're getting paid, a little bit later. So yeah, it's very clear early on. You've seen movies, you know that she's going to get hers by the end, but I don't even know if that prepares you for how it's going to happen.
No. And of course, played by Polly Holiday, who just passed away this past September. She was most famous for the DTV connoisseur's favorite sitcom of all time, Alice. Toyman, I'm sure you have an Alice story.
What?
I was never a huge fan of Alice. Obviously, I recognize Polly Holiday as Flo, but
Kiss my
Alice
grits.
That's right. Well, I'm not going to kiss anyone's grits on this podcast. We're going to try to keep it somewhat family friendly with Chad Cruz around. But
We've already
I was never
violated that rule.
I was never a huge Alice fan. Even nowadays, if it's on like the antenna TV or something, I might keep it on in the background. But I was not a religious viewer, certainly not as much as something like, say, Soap or Barney Miller.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think we've met our second character of the film so far that has such an extreme focus on money, right? The kid, the grandson who was willing to basically sell the most dangerous creature on the earth for just a couple $100. And then now Mrs. Deagle, who is an extreme bitch.
She is. Wow, that's double bitches she's gotten, but she deserves it. So Mrs. Deagle goes in. She goes up to Billy's line and is like blaming Barney the dog for destroying her imported Bavarian snowman. And Billy's like, "Well, how much is it? I'll pay for it." She doesn't want it. She wants to take Barney to the kennel and put him down
slowly,
like,
or she'll do it even worse.
Yeah, the kennel will put him down nice and fast. It'll be over. But if she gets a hold of him, she'll put him in her spin dryer on high heat. And there's my boy, Mr. Henson. That'll do it. Like, I know this guy. He's good. He's like my unsung hero of this film. So Barney, being a wise dog, breaks free and goes after Mrs. Deagle, who goes right into classic "I'm a victim now" mode after she was just a bitch to everyone.
She's like the original Karen.
Oh, she very good, Toyman.
It doesn't really work though. Like nothing really happens of it. Like it's not like the SPCA comes and takes the dog, or he doesn't even lose his job.
No,
he's allowed to bring the dog in.
It's like everyone just knows she's a bitch, and they're just like, "Okay, Mrs. Deagle, yeah, whatever."
I wonder if it's
everybody
like,
else in this town seems to be nice. Like she's literally the only person we meet in the town who is kind of like a heel.
Yeah,
the sheriff's kind of a dickhead. Mrs. Deagle's like, I'm gonna sue this place. Oh wait, I own the bank. Fuck, like I'm not suing anybody.
Right.
Or I have partial ownership or whatever she has at this point. But
or she just has the most money in the bank.
Yeah.
She's their number one customer. We do get our first look at the bank's junior vice president, Gerald Hopkins, played by the one and only Judge Reinhold, who just shows up and then we kind of don't see him anymore.
Yeah, it seemed like kind of a small role for him in a time where he was doing a lot. He was a pretty established name at this point.
It was a few months away from Beverly Hills Cop, and that would really be his breakout role. That gave the world Judge Reinhold. But yeah, he's here as kind of a snooty guy, and we see more of that when he's at the tavern later that night.
Even that though, again, like it never really goes anywhere. Like there's a few characters they establish here in the beginning that you think are going to be like,
I almost wonder, is there a deleted scene where something happens to Gerald with the Gremlins?
Because there's a few where you're like, oh, these are like the snotty, establishment people. But after the bar scene, I don't think we see him again for the rest of the movie. Yeah,
he's done.
And if Gremlins was made nowadays, you would almost take his role almost as like some type of like inside reference meta humor thing, because in this film he's trying to pick up on Phoebe Cates' character, whereas in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, he was
true. He's in
Phoebe
there
Cates'
too.
character.
That's right. He's at the works at the
He
burger
was Brad,
joint.
and she was Linda.
That's right.
Remember when she got naked in that?
I do. The swimming pool scene.
Yeah, it was great.
So yeah, he talks down Billy, calls him Captain Clip-On or whatever, Mr. Clip-On. And then he's like, "Hey, Kate, you haven't seen my new apartment." And she has a zinger for him. "I never saw your old apartment, you bastard." Booker T has joined us. What the hell's going on?
Booker T punches this guy. Booker T punches that guy. Oh, Booker T gonna win the match.
All right. Finally.
Just don't talk about Hulk Hogan on the podcast, please. We got to save our sponsors.
I got nowhere. I'll be doing extra editing. Okay. But yeah, he's like, "Hey, I got cable TV. And let me tell you something. In 1984, we didn't have cable TV, so that is a very exciting thing.
Especially going by some of the TVs we see in this movie, this poor town.
I mean, I would come to his apartment to watch cable TV.
Right, I would too. But I don't think he just wanted her there to watch the TV. Chad Cruz.
Whoa, what are you insinuating?
I think he wanted, or they were going to watch the Dr. Ruth show to see if they could get some idea. I don't know, but anyway,
it was probably in the 10th season at that point.
Yeah, Billy heads home, finds his mom in the kitchen watching It's a Wonderful Life.
How about that?
And notices she's upset, and she's, it's the sad movie. Plus, she's cutting onions. So, I mean, she's got double excuse to be a little teary-eyed, but he still knows there's something wrong. And it's like Mrs. Deagle was calling again, looking for money. And we get a look at another less than perfect Peltzer invention as Billy has to crack some eggs with the Peltzer egg cracker, Ryan Campbell.
Yeah, it's even got a little gimmicky clucking sound that happens, and that's one of our early views of the different appliances that are around the house. But of course, it doesn't work. Doesn't break the egg. It also like dumps like 6 more eggs out of it. It's a whole cluster.
It's not good. But before they can get in any of that, Rand Peltzer's made it home. He's singing a holiday tune, and he has a gift for Billy Chad Cruz that cannot wait until Christmas.
Oh my God. You know how many gifts that I buy for Christmas time, and I just want to hand them over to my children right away. Oh, so many of them. Oh, goddamn, so many of them. But you know what? None of them are living, breathing creatures.
Right.
And none of them have to have the lights dim for them.
That's right.
Unlike Gizmo.
Gizmo needs the lights dimmed, and Billy meets the Mogwai that Rand has named Gizmo. And it's just a wonderful moment for Billy and for Gizmo. And of course, when you have a wonderful moment like that, you didn't have the camera phone back then. You had to grab the old Polaroid, and it had the flash on it, and that flash scared the shit out of Gizmo.
Yeah.
And then that, of course, leads into Rand giving them the rules that we have already discussed.
Rain, I have a question for you. We're talking about Rand Peltzer. Do you recall what significance Hoyt Axton has to Bulletproof action in recent months?
No.
Hoyt Axton composed and sang the theme song to Mitchell.
I was going to say something about Mitchell, but I'm like, no, that was Joe Don Baker. But yeah, there you go.
And do you remember what sitcom he appeared on in a guest role several times over? A very famous sitcom, one that I know that you are a fan of.
Was it Soap?
Nope.
I
He played Sam's biological father on Different Strokes.
There you go, folks. I promised you.
Some useless trivia on the Bulletproof Podcast for everybody.
I promised you that he'd bring something up like that.
Now everyone's got something to talk about at their Christmas parties.
Yeah, I was going to say, if
good
you're
Lord.
talking about Hoyt Axton at your holiday party, this is the podcast for you.
I'm just thankful that you brought up Different Strokes without bringing up something else. So, Hoyt Axton, thank you for being a friend. That's a different sitcom, folks. But that's
Do
a good
not
one
buy your
too.
bicycles from Horton's
Oh,
Bicycle Shop this holiday
shit.
season.
God damn it. It's Christmas time. Why we got to talk about that? Oh, son of a bitch. Now, listen. Yeah, we find out about the rules, and Gizmo's hanging out with Billy. He takes a little fall, but Billy patches him up. They call it a night. Now, the next morning, we find another invention gag. This time, Ryan Campbell, it's the peeler and juicer. And I don't know how much liquid or sludge this thing stores up, but
yeah, some of that must have been in there for weeks, and it also has a good design that it like seems to sit on top of the oranges. I don't know how that exactly works out, but yeah, it starts working at first, and then just it becomes an entire mess, and like 20 oranges worth of orange juice get sprayed all over the wall, and then they got to call cut, and they got to come in and clean that shit up. So that was probably the last shot of the day, I would imagine, in the kitchen set.
There's orange jizz on the cabinets. A little bit later, we'll get green jizz on the cabinets. But Pete's there to deliver the Peltzer's Christmas tree. It's like, I don't know the distance. Like, does he have like a wagon he's pulling? What do you think, Chad Cruz? Is he just putting this over his shoulder and going for it?
Man, I don't know. I think that the size of the tree is important, right? So I
heard it's the motion of the ocean.
I was gonna say it's the prick in the needle.
No, guys, no. You can believe that lie if you've been told it enough, but the size does matter. And for this young child,
how about girth?
Girth is important, right? I think more, Ryan, if we're talking about the same thing, I think it's about kind of that pregame. You got to get in there and get to work early. You can't be just focusing on the thrusting. You got to really warm it up.
Like the sap, you got to make sure there's sap on the tree. Like
I was talking about fucking the tree, though. Yeah,
I cut down Christmas trees. I don't know what you guys.
I put my tree up a few weeks ago already, and went out.
Is it a real tree?
It's a real tree. Went to the farm, cut it down, dragged that son of a bitch through the field. So I think you could drag it. I don't know. Maybe if it was like 6 foot or less, but
Yeah.
I think if you get an 8-foot tree or bigger, I think this little kid's going to have trouble. And, you know, I don't know what if he's been giving him some HGH or something, but it's possible.
You know, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8-foot bunch. Now, listen,
6,
they
7.
get the tree. That's
I have kids. I'm sorry.
Cool. That's
My
really
kids hate that.
Good.
I hate
My son
it.
especially, he does not like it.
That's good to hear. That's refreshing to hear.
It is. So meanwhile, though, upstairs, Gizmo is watching a movie. Chad Cruz may have just been mentioning something about this. It's called To Please a Lady.
Yeah.
And it stars the one and only Clark Gable, a legend of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And
Legendary lady pleaser.
Oh, he is. And Gizmo is quite influenced by what he's watching. So will it come into play later? We'll find out. Pete comes up to meet Gizmo, and when he's like, "Oh, can I hold him?" Sure. Accidentally spills water. For God's sake, this is one of the things we're not supposed to be doing, Toyman.
Took 24 hours.
Typical Corey Feldman screwing things up.
Indeed.
Also, shout out to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the To Please a Lady shot. That was I noticed that right away.
Wow, you're such a proud Hoosier nowadays, you bastard.
Wait, you live in Indiana now?
Just barely. I can just about throw a rock into Ohio from where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah, if you like go around the block,
you traitor.
House, it like we'll say you're in Ohio. No, now you're way. Oh, it was the worst. Anyway,
I would only go there to go to the casino back in the day.
Yeah.
You don't even have to anymore. Now they're in Ohio too.
That's right.
That's right.
We lost our edge. Porn's banned here.
What? Well, then Chad Cruz is definitely not going to go.
Nah, the hell with that.
All right. Well, yeah. So Gizmo is in agony, and all of a sudden these hairballs start shooting out of his back. And next thing you know, now Billy has 5 more Mogwais. And it becomes clear right away, Chad Cruz, that this one with the stripe is mean, and he seems to be the leader of this new batch.
Yeah, he's a real asshole, isn't he? And but he's funny, right? I mean, I think these new Mogwais, they're not as cute, but they sure are funny. They're like little hyenas.
Indeed. So then when Billy goes to tell his dad about it, who's working on the bathroom buddy, and it does come out of his workshop to see these new pets, and he's the Peltzer pet.
The Peltzer pet.
This could be the one.
And he's a Mogwai breeder.
Yeah, this could be the one.
I like how Billy isn't at all like that actually hurt Gizmo quite a bit when that happened. He did not like that. So maybe we won't be milking our pet for dollars.
Or even just the problem that would cause, like, Bob Barker would have been having a fucking field day with these pets are just reproducing at a rapid. All it takes is one he wouldn't know what to do. I don't think getting spay or neutered is going to help that. It's not. And
remember, folks, keep your Mogwai dry.
I would think the just logistics of feeding them and cleaning up their shit. Like that's, I mean, you have one, okay, we can handle that. But like 6 of them, come on, dude.
Right.
Also, they could feel like an entire plate of wings. Can you imagine trying to keep these things fed? The amount of money it would cost.
I like movies and TV. How there's always just like plates of chicken.
Yeah.
In the refrigerator. It's not covered or anything. It's just in there.
That didn't happen back in the day, Brandon.
I don't recall.
I defer to you if there was always plates of chicken just sitting in the fridge.
I don't ever recall. I can imagine maybe just throwing the bucket of chicken in there, like what was ever left in the bucket. But just to have a plate, I bet you my grandma would. If anyone,
it wasn't even cooked either. It was just like raw. It looked
I don't think it was raw.
I think it was like a white person seasoned,
Oh, it just wasn't seasoned? Okay.
Barely seasoned. Yeah, white guy stuff did that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We don't need that. So
there's no paprika in that house, that's for sure.
Later that night, Billy hears Barney crying, and he's like, he looks at he should be right there next to him, but there is no Barney next to him. He finds him strung up outside in the Christmas lights, and of course, Billy's immediate thought is that damn Mrs. Deagle, but They're like, no, the door was locked. She couldn't have got in, and there's no footprint. There's snow outside. We would have seen footprints.
Oh, well, it's probably nothing. On with our lives.
Yes.
And then, well, he's like, you know what? Rand's like, I got to go to this convention anyway. I'll drop Barney off at Grandma's house. I'll pick him up on the way, and we'll all be together on Christmas Eve. Don't worry about it, son. And now we get to see the Mr. Coffee Peltzer version of the Mr. Coffee, which produces Texas tea.
It's like a splooge maker.
Yeah.
I do like the dad's reaction though. Like just I enjoy his character, just the way that he just is always optimistic, along for the ride. He jokes like, hey, it looks fine. His attitude. We should all have that attitude these days.
I don't know about that, Ryan.
All right. Would you like to make your counterpoint?
I just think that, being an inventor is tough work. There's no doubt about that. And he's got some great ideas, but I think there's a certain point where Mr. Peltzer needs to understand that making a living and making a career of something can be two different things. You can make a living working in a factory in fucking bumfuck nowhere in Pennsylvania, and you can be an inventor on the side, but let's take care of our family first, Rand.
Did you see that house? He must have had some things hit.
I think maybe he inherited some money.
It didn't look like the mom works, and that is a big ass house. I mean, I know it was the 80s. That was probably like they got it for some oranges and
it was like 11,000
and a firm handshake, but
Yep, that's exactly how it was in the 80s. As a kid, I had 3 houses.
Yeah.
As a millennial who'll likely never buy a house again, I'm gonna get my digs in.
All right, very good.
Fucking boomers.
Wow, we really got some problems here today. So yeah, Billy takes one of the new Mogwai to the biology teacher, Mr. Hansen, played by Glenn Turman. Toyman, please tell us where you've seen Mr. Turman.
I mean, anyone who used to watch NBC on Thursday nights would recognize him as Colonel Taylor from the classic comedy A Different World.
Right. That's what I was thinking. But I was hoping.
You remember that he was also in Penitentiary too?
No, I don't remember that. But I believe you.
As you should. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lie to the listeners.
I think that, I get most excited, I think, when there's a random character that shows up. I want to know who they are. I want to know some origins, some backstory, not as the character, but as an actor. How did Glenn get here? And it feels good. It feels good to have Toyman back there.
He auditioned and got the role. Oh. Well, anyway, he does just a single drop of water on this Mogwai, and it creates another one. He's like, hey, can I keep this one so I could run some tests? Oh, sure. What could possibly go wrong there? So now we cut to later in the evening, and Mr. Futterman is drunk off his ass at Dory's Tavern. And this is where we start hearing about Gremlins and World War II, or WWII, as he says. And then Kate, being the responsible bartender, makes sure he does not get behind his snowplow, Chad Cruz.
Yeah, it's very important. You don't want people out there drinking and driving, especially on a snowplow that could literally run over a building and probably keep going. Yeah. So, yeah, good move on her part. I mean, she's been feeding him this toxic shit. So the least she could do is to stop him.
She has some responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
So while Mr. Futterman goes home on his own, Billy walks Kate back home. And this is where we find out that she's no fan of Christmas and gets very defensive about it when Billy asks. But to Billy's credit, Ryan Campbell, he recovers quite nicely from this faux pas.
It does. And Kate's character has some very dark expository moments for her character where she just takes a situation and it gets extremely dark. But so she's not a big fan of Christmas. So, he does a good job kind of recovering and gets a date out of it, Brain. That's a hell of a recovery.
Good for you, Billy. Meanwhile,
not too many people would have the balls to go ahead and ask after they just fucked up the entire conversation.
He probably figured, what did he have to lose at that point?
Right.
she's already might hate me. But then we get Mr. Hansen, who's burning the midnight oil, something I know the Toyman loves to do.
Indeed.
He doesn't sleep because he's watching Three's Company until 2:30 in the morning. But
also valid.
He's running some blood tests. He's there very late, Toyman. I mean, this man is there very late. What's he doing? Running blood tests?
Yeah, nowadays the school would be on lockdown. No one would be allowed in there except the custodial staff. And back in the day, you could
start
just
trying to get into these kids' schools for anything you need. Holy shit!
Oh, no, here we go.
I coached my daughter's volleyball team, and I felt like I was a criminal anytime I tried to get there to get set up for practice. But go on. Sorry, Toyman. Carry on.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say, like back in the day, you could just hang out at the high school, just
Oh,
chill
yeah.
out, get some fast food, get a hamburger, hang out in your lab. Maybe he even slept there. I mean, Mr.
Word.
Belding had to do that on Saved by the Bell once.
Gee, yeah, okay. I think there was a 21 Jump Street I saw where the kid was sleeping in the boiler room because he didn't have a home.
Oh man.
Johnny Depp found him though, or maybe one of the other guys. Who cares? It was Johnny Depp. So yeah, he's doing that. We go back to the Peltzer home. Billy's hanging out with his Mogwais. Gizmo's reading a 3D book. The other Mogwais, though, are starting to get restless, and Billy checks the clock. Well, it's not midnight yet, so let me go get this previously discussed plate of chicken.
Yeah.
11:35, I think would be. I wouldn't be pushing it. I'd be like, you know what? Let's not.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What time? Eastern time zone. Where are they from?
Mhm.
Are they from China?
Right. Yeah. I'd let them go.
So they devour that chicken, and Gizmo, not hungry, doesn't want any of it, and
just chilling.
he's really content with his 3D glasses and his book. And then we see that the Mogwai that Hansen had snags the sandwich that Hansen did not finish. So now we know that Mogwai has eaten as well. But what we're not going to know until morning is it was after midnight because they wake up to cocoons. All kinds of disgusting,
Slimy ass cocoons.
Ugh. What a situation.
And let's not look over Billy's midnight snack of choice. It looked like he had like a ham and cheese sandwich and some peanut M&Ms and a Coke at midnight. So it's not like that, they were like, no, it's too late, guys. It's like, Billy's over there snacking away. He's just tempting the little bastards.
He's got the metabolism of a youth, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, and I thought too, I'm like, why are all these people eating so late at night? And then I thought of how many times I've like made a hot dog or fried up some chicken tendies at like midnight, which is probably not a good idea, but I do that shit all the time. So I have no room to say.
And especially again and what Chad was, when you're a teenager or early 20s, well, that's just normal. That's every day. Mm-hmm. That's why there's such a thing as a midnight snack. So yeah, Billy realizes that the wire to his alarm has been cut. He's like, oh, what is going on here?
I refuse to put strings together.
So, okay. At the school, Hansen explains that the Mogwai is in its pupal stage and it's undergoing a metamorphosis inside. We cut back to the Peltzer home where Mrs. Peltzer is making gingerbread men, and she gets a call from her husband at the convention. We get a Steven Spielberg cameo. Did you notice him, Ryan Campbell?
I did not know. I imagine I probably would have if I'd seen it, known, but I just didn't catch.
Yeah, he's driving the little dune buggy thing right by in the front, and it circles around.
It is funny that this movie leans heavily on the influence of Spielberg and Christopher Columbus as the writer, and neither of them directed the movie. They're the most attached to this movie, and neither of them directed it.
Mr. Joe Dante had that honor.
Joey D.
Deagle shows up at the bank again. I guess we just have to establish that Billy does go to work on a regular basis. Barney's not there, though, and he's off on vacation. So while Billy's at work,
he's got to pay the bills, man. Mom and dad ain't worth a shit.
Right, and Gerald mentioned that. He's like, you're basically supporting your family, aren't you, Billy?
Yeah.
And yeah, when dad's just off on a crazy dream and mom's a stay-at-home mom.
Cleaning up orange shit everywhere.
Cleaning up orange shit, making so much chicken that you have a whole fucking heaping plate of it at the end of the night.
Billy's working extra hours and she's just spending it on chicken and eggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cleaning it off the roof.
Cocoons are hatching, but and Hanson notices this. It's like the last day of school before Christmas vacation, so he just threw a movie on. Classic teacher, lazy ass teacher move, and none of the kids are going to complain either because like we don't want to fucking do actual work on the last day before Christmas vacation.
Oh my kids are doing like their map testing right now for the end of the quarter, and like they ain't gonna do shit all next week. I can almost guarantee you. They're not gonna start anything new.
No, they're gonna have parties. They're gonna maybe clean shit, wipe these desks down. Let's do who cares? Okay. Anyway, Hanson sees this thing. Okay, class, the bell rings. Get out. Good. Okay, and bye. Bye, Pete.
Rushes him out. Get the fuck out, kids.
And he's like, then he goes and gets Billy a call. Then he goes back to the classroom to see where this thing that hatched is. He doesn't know it's a gremlin yet, but he's about to find out, Chad Cruz, because he ends up dead.
Okay. Question.
Okay.
Is he dead?
I was going to say the same thing. I don't know if he's dead.
I want to believe that he doesn't die, that there is a death later and it's not him. A
needle in the butt would imply to me that he's just like knocked out.
I feel like it was a sedative, right? Like
Right.
he was trying to give the gremlin a little fucking sleepy time. And
he turned it around on him.
Because he's not lying in a pool of blood or anything, right? Not that I remember.
Unless the gremlin made him overdose. We don't know what was in it.
It's possible.
Yeah.
The gremlin is a chemist, apparently.
Most sedatives
Heisenberg gremlin.
Yeah, most sedatives won't kill you. They'll just put you to sleep for an even longer time. But I don't know. I want to believe he's still alive.
Okay, well maybe he is. I always just assumed he was dead because he doesn't show up anymore. But of course, neither is Gerald. Now that
We'll have to check if there's a kill count on Gremlins. I don't know if there is on YouTube. Our old dead.
It would be very short.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ever done that one.
Unless they were counting the Gremlins, and I don't know how you would count all the Gremlins in that theater.
You count like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you keep going, Brian.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Billy arrives. He does see what at least a knocked out Hanson face down on the floor. He goes to call the cops, but the gremlin scratches him. So Billy pulls his hand away. Now he's going to go to the nurse's office to take care of that. But then the gremlin pops out of the damn cabinet. Oh, this is quite the ordeal. Back at the Peltzer home, Mrs. P hears a ruckus up in Billy's room and grabs this fucking knife she had. I don't know what she needed that knife to make those gingerbread men with, but hey, I never made gingerbread men, so maybe you do need a fucking sharp ass knife right there.
Quick rebook.
Oh, here we go.
Super quick.
We haven't had this in a while.
Yep, just rebooking this real quick. Instead of grabbing the knife, first I would love for her to grab some other contraption that is like a fucking like a crazy blade. A Peltzer knife flair thingy, and it's like real wild and crazy, and she just like sets it back down and then grabs the knife. Just give me 5 seconds for that rebook. That's all I asked for.
That would have been, it would have continued the,
because then she could use that later to kill that goddamn gremlin.
The running gag. Yeah. So she's gonna head upstairs now. Upstairs, Gizmo is like strapped to the dartboard and they're terrorizing him. But then when they're through with that, they dump him down the laundry chute, which ends up being a good thing for him.
I will quit real quick, Brain.
Yeah.
Dead meat does count Roy Hansen as being dead. That is the first kill.
Yeah.
According to the kill count.
I mean, yeah, he could have done any number of things to him once he had him knocked out. I don't,
They say the cause is Gremlins got his ass with a syringe, apparently.
They got his, literally.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
So as the foremost expert on if someone's dead or not.
So
maybe he put like rat poison or something in there.
Maybe I was going to say, are we allowed to believe that Mr. Hansen was going to give him a dose that would kill him? I'm calling bullshit on it. Sorry.
I mean, after he realized, well, this would be after he's already seen it. Like,
Yeah,
go
how
through
do you
the
know
vents.
it's the same syringe?
He's already tricked it down
Could
through
be.
like 3 rooms and stuff. So maybe at this point he has decided, holy shit, this thing needs to get put down. So
Mm. Well, when Mrs. P gets up to Billy's room, the gremlins aren't there. The phone rings. It's Billy saying, "Hey, you got to get out of the house." But the gremlins have now pulled the phone line out, and the phone dies. Then Mrs. P hears the one and only Johnny Mathis playing downstairs. Do you hear what I hear, Chad Cruz?
apparently
Is
not.
that is that a real question?
I guess not.
I think what I'm hearing is the
Yeah.
world's most dangerous kitchen.
Thank you very much, Chad Cruz. That's what I was hoping you would just follow along. Yeah, we get one of the world's most dangerous kitchens. And of course, if you joined us on bulletproofaction.com on Thanksgiving, I indeed had the world's most dangerous kitchens. And this very scene was in there. And what a scene. Probably one of the most famous scenes, Chad, in this movie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it's got to be top 2 or 3 for sure, or top 10, top 15. But yeah, it's a good one.
That was a wild journey.
Oh God, no, it's probably my favorite scene in the movie because the mom is such a badass in the scene, and it's our real first taste of action. You know, I was hoping for some Phoebe Cates action, but this is good too, mom action. But yeah, she's using knives and she's fucking beating the shit out of these gremlins.
Oh,
The
we get one of the,
microwaves one.
I was gonna say we get the bursting skin microwave gross.
She puts, she uses the mixer. She mixes one to death.
The effects of just the scene alone blow every Jurassic World movie out of the fucking park. These goddamn CGI laden fucking movies can't even make goddamn fucking dinosaur look decent.
They had some real ones. There's some practical
Oh,
ones.
come on.
Was this
real dinosaurs?
Yep. They spared no expense. Was this a Stan Winston? Is that who did the puppetry in the Gremlins? Do we know?
I don't think it was Winston.
It wasn't Henson.
No. Well, someone could look that up as we talk.
Winston Henson.
I will say that this scene is, directly responsible. I mean, the movie as a whole, but I'm sure this scene was probably the standout for the creation of the PG-13 rating.
That is right.
Because they deemed the PG rating for this, there was too much violence. So some parents were skeptical that, a PG rating could contain stuff like this. So
and again, my parents just were like, yep, here he is. Take him.
Yep.
Take him away. Yeah.
Chris Wallace is who did the effects.
There it was. I knew it wasn't.
I'm Chris Wallace. Isn't that the guy, the pedophile guy?
Oh, geez, you better watch.
No, not Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen.
You're mixing Mr. Hansen.
Yes, Mr. Hansen.
We're getting sued now.
No, he's not a pedophile.
Chris Wallace.
He was protecting people from pedophiles.
Right. He was exposing them.
No, you don't want to expose a pedophile because they love that shit.
Okay.
We're spiraling.
Anyway.
We need a Peltzer invention to pull us out of the doldrums here.
That sure as hell won't work.
Billy shows up with a sword.
Yeah, Billy does. Yeah, and we do establish the sword gimmick because
it's like Chekhov's sword. They showed the swords earlier in the movie.
Every time you open the door, the damn thing falls off the wall. Yep.
And I mentioned Highlander 3 earlier.
You did, and the sex scene in it.
Yeah.
So after she survives the kitchen, she's like, "Oh my god, I survived! I protected my." But then she goes out to the living room, and the goddamn Christmas tree attacks her because there's gremlins in the Christmas tree. And yes, Billy comes home just in time, gets the sword, just hits the freaking gremlin that was attacking his mom into the fireplace. And that's another way that you can kill a gremlin. Just burn the motherfucker. Yeah. So he did that. He takes mom next door. Fortunately, there's a doctor who lives next door.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll patch her up.
That's how you know how nice the houses were. Like the doctor living next door.
Then he doubles back to find Giz. And I should also point out that Spike jumped out the window when Billy was helping his mom. So
I read
Spike is out there.
Spike is on the run.
I read that he doubled back to find Jizz.
I'm sure you did, Chad Cruz. I'm sure you did. They do find Spike at the YMCA. Toyman, give us your rendition.
The fact that Spike decides to make some gremlin soup in the pool.
No, I wanted you
And-
to sing The Village People like you do every Friday night.
Look, I do enjoy some classic disco, but I'm not running around singing YMCA, much to your chagrin, I'm sure.
I've heard otherwise. But
Well, I
yes,
don't know what circles you've been speaking to.
It's well known, the Dollar Tree circles.
yeah, Dollar Tree. Yeah, I've heard all
No,
about it.
I've been out of that Dollar Tree loop because they don't get any DVDs anymore.
know.
The
Ain't that
occasional
some
decent
bullshit?
book, but
It's a shame. Where's
It
my
is.
physical media? That's why, yeah, I used to have an overflowing of like these movies that weren't even unwrapped. That number has hit a record low.
Antique malls, dude. Antique malls are where it's at.
you should hit up Hamilton Book is a site that gets a lot of the same stock that Big Lots and Dollar Tree and Dollar General would get, but they also get closeouts and overstock from the boutique labels. So I know Shout Factory just went through their transition, and if you go to Hamilton Book, you can actually get the limited edition Blood Fist and Black Belt Blu-rays for $4.95 each.
and
Holy
use the
cow.
promo code Toyman and nothing will happen. All right.
I should reach out to them and see if they would sponsor the podcast
you
with the
should.
promo code. That's actually a
should.
great idea.
You
It's a
should.
wonderful idea.
You should. Okay. You should do that, Toyman. Get back to me when you've done that and accomplished the goal. So yeah, Spike attacks Billy, and then he jumps in to make the soup that Toyman was talking about.
I would say one of the more ominous moments in the movie. Like that is about
yeah.
even though I've just seen it multiple times. When we just saw like Hudson do like one drop from
One
a
drop. We
dropper.
saw a little jar of water.
Right.
And it did. We saw what a drop did.
And
What-
now we see a giant freaking, and like they're gonna keep popping and still in the pool.
yeah.
So it's going to become like you're just like, and then he just like leaves, and this is going to be a disaster. So yeah, that was an oh shit moment for sure.
Yeah, he should have gotten a live electrical wire and dumped it in the pool, right, Chad Cruz?
Well, he could have done that.
Or just nuke this entire town from orbit. That would have worked too.
Flamethrower or something, you know. I mean, there's a lot of options. He probably ran. That's probably the best option.
Yeah, he ran to the cops. Very smart thing to do. If ever, folks, you find yourself in a situation where gremlins have taken over your local YMCA,
Mhm.
run immediately to the police. They'll help you.
Do they help?
Maybe.
Well, they should. But these cops, however, Sheriff Frank and Deputy Brent, who we meet for the first time, played by the one and only Jonathan Banks, a young Jonathan Banks before he was Mike Ehrmantraut. They don't
This is before that.
Yes, well before that, Chad Cruz.
Okay.
I know you like to know history of actors. Before he was in Last Man Standing as well with Mr. Jeff Wincott,
No, I thought you meant the Jim Belushi.
PM Entertainment.
Rain, what was he in a year after Gremlins or 2 years after Gremlins that I know is another comedy, like an action comedy that you are a fan of?
I'm a fan of things.
I mean, you are begrudgingly, I know. Sometimes it's hard for you to admit affection for things.
Charles Bronson.
He's good.
Besides the Bronson.
He wasn't in too many comedies though. But he would have been
Jonathan
good.
Banks was in Armed and Dangerous with Eugene Levy and John Candy.
That is one again that it's been so long since I've seen that one. I need to own that one. Maybe I should go to hamiltonbooks.com and use the promo code Toyman and shit will happen.
Actually, the promo code is shit will happen because shit will happen.
So meanwhile, they're like, come on, kid. We're supposed to believe that this furry little thing turns into scary. Come on. But meanwhile, we go to the Futterman home and Murray is there trying to watch some TV and the picture goes out. So now he's cussing foreign TVs and it's like, we should have got a Zenith. And he throws his coat on and he goes out to check the antenna. Doesn't look like anything going, but then he hears something in his garage, Chad Cruz, and suddenly his very own snowplow is barreling towards him.
Oh, dear God. And he's not even drunkenly driving it.
No. But
yes. I feel like Mr. Futterman is like the precursor to like Burt Gummer. Like I feel like Burt from Tremors. Like if Mr. Futterman had pulled out like a shotgun or a rifle right here, it would have been awesome. You know,
I heard Mr. Futterman did pull out, and that's why they don't have kids.
Nice try, Brain.
it's very juvenile.
This
you
is a
guys
serious
just have
podcast,
like a
Brain.
vice versa moment? Did you guys just like switch bodies for a moment?
Very juvenile.
Judge Reinhold, is he in vice versa?
This is our Christmas holiday
Yes, it was
broadcast.
Judge Reinhold and
Brain.
Fred Savage.
Can you leave it's for the family? Bring a little professionalism into it, please.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you. Yes,
I mean,
Yeah,
if it's not professional enough for anyone on this podcast, there's the door right there. Is what I have to say.
Okay.
Hit the bricks, motherfuckers. Listen.
I can't. If I do, it'll probably like corrupt everyone's files, and you'll all be screwed.
The snowplow goes right into the Futterman house. It just causes all sorts of damage. We also get the gremlin in the mailbox. My boy, Mr. Anderson. I love that the priest is like, "Oh, go ahead, Anderson. What kind of priest is this? Go ahead, Mr. Anderson. Put your hand in there where there's potentially something dangerous." Come on.
What did you expect him to do?
Warn him.
Do we believe we have a in-universe reasoning for why the accelerated metamorphosis of this new crop of gremlins?
Well, this was a already turned gremlin getting wet.
Oh no, I guess I'm talking like all those ones that just got formed in the pool, like that they all
Yeah.
become.
Well, yeah, we never saw what would happen when something that was already a gremlin got wet.
Yeah.
So apparently they just immediately are gremlins.
Or immediately
Yeah,
gremlins.
it's like a
Okay.
mutation.
They're not
of a
muggles.
mutation.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'll buy that.
So they
There you
don't
go.
have to eat. They didn't like run to the fucking cafeteria and just start eating
Yeah.
those big rectangle pizzas.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. I'd like to have that right now. Then I would not. Then I would be past midnight because I'd have heartburn. But that's all right.
That's because you're old. I would just have to take a shit.
Okay. Thank you.
I can't say much. I got a bottle of Tums next to my my bed too, Brain. So I have to hit it often.
I got a bottle of lube.
Tum. Yeah. Okay.
Not the type of sponsor we're looking for, Chad Cruz.
Chad Cruz says we can
Oh,
get any.
God.
He'll take any sponsor.
Yeah.
If we got a
It is.
sponsor, Chad Cruz would probably be on the show every week
Yeah,
because
I feel like-
we'd be getting hundreds and thousands of dollars every episode, and he'd be like,
Millions.
and I'd be like, "Well,
Chad
I
Cruz,
can't."
stroke of the week, brought to you by KY.
Right, I can't justify giving you any of this money, Chad, if you don't actually show up for the program. He'd be
Right.
here we'd be doing 6 episodes a week. He
So,
would just give everything up.
so
Yes.
folks, I get a text message from Brain. We're doing Gremlins. Guess what I did? That night I watched
You watched
Gremlins.
yeah.
I was all over that like steak on
I
shit.
assume that could be an easy one for you to watch. And
Well,
that you
it's
wanna
Christmas
watch.
time. I watch the shit. All I do is watch Christmas movies at Christmas in December.
And that's
so-
again why
Yeah.
I did what I did. I
watched Fired Up randomly this past week.
I know you did.
Oh, that's a great movie.
I
It was
love Fired
amazing.
Up. I don't know why you were watching it, but I don't blame you either.
I mean, if you want to do a Christmas episode on the violence that is in Home Alone, the Home Alone series, I'm all over it.
okay, we might have to think about that for next year. We'll put it down.
Oh yeah, next year I'll be dead by then, Brian. Thanks.
Nice knowing you.
I'll
All
be
right,
40. I'll be 40. Oh my god.
it'll be okay, Ryan.
No one cares. 40 is just a number. Not you personally. I mean, about the number 40.
Wonderful. Wonderful to have you back, Chad. All right, so back at the police station, they get a call about the accident at the Futtermans. They're like, oh shit, we gotta go. Now here comes a wonderful moment. The comeuppance moment that we've been waiting for, because we get to Mrs. Deagle, and not surprisingly, she's a fucking cat lady. You
Yeah.
got all these cats. One of them's named Dollar Bill. I think they're all named after money of some description,
I
because
hate
she's obsessed with money.
she is.
And then
She's like
she
the
hears,
Mr. Potter of the town. She's like Scrooge plus Mr. Potter plus a Karen thrown into one of Rand Peltzer's blenders.
oh my word,
In
what
the
a
Wicked Witch of the West.
oh yes, definitely that. She hears carolers outside, and she's like, all right, I've had enough. And she gets a pitcher of water, and she's going to dump water on these people just singing Christmas carols. But that's
Now,
not.
They
Yeah.
have to know she lives there, right?
Who, the people or the gremlins?
The people, the carolers. Like, I'm not going to go carol at a house where this.
It's
Right, but it's
Awful
not
woman.
carolers.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I forgot.
Where are we going here, Chad?
No, continue.
Yeah, that's probably what she was like. Who would be dumb enough to carol in front of my house?
I was convinced there were carolers there.
Oh, those scarves and hats threw you.
They're Clark Kent disguises. You couldn't see past them.
You got me good.
So she opens the door to douse him with this water, and she is in for a shock because it is not people. It's not humans, Chad.
They
It's-
should have wanted the water, though.
Yeah. She would have caused more trouble.
Oh my god!
They're gremlins.
What did
and-
you think of their voices, though, Brian?
Oh, beautiful!
Oh, beautiful.
I mean, they were like the
Gorgeous.
voices of angels. The only voice that's more angelic to me would be Gilbert Gottfried's, but that's a whole other situation. So, Chad Cruz, if I sent you the Houdini commercial, I'll have to do that.
I
I
don't
send
know
it
what
to
that means.
I send it to everyone, and I'll send it to you.
You sent it to everybody, except for
it'll be
me.
your-
Which
It'll be your
I'm a-
Christmas gift. I don't want to
I'm a-
bother you. I know you're a busy man over there. You've
I
got
must be at the bottom
got-
of the totem pole.
you got 18 kids. You're taking paramedic classes, and you got lube next to your bed. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'll send it to you. Yeah. So she gets the shock of her life. She gets into her little stair lift gimmick, but the gremlins have souped this motherfucker up, and
Yeah,
she
they
goes
have.
flying up the stairs, right out the window. The cops are driving by. They see this airborne Mrs. Deagle, and again, we're going to assume she does not survive this situation. Because she's a woman of an advanced age, and I don't think you can be. Who knows where she landed? She could have hit a brick wall.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine chalking this one up as dead. Brain.
Yeah.
It's a shame we just did voting for the Golden Butthorn because this could have been on the nominees for Kill of the Year.
Best death, yeah, it
Best
definitely
death,
could
yeah.
have been. But that's what happens. Sometimes you get snubbed, or you miss the deadline. And
That's why all those movies release around a certain time because you got
Right.
you got to get in the window.
And I figured that's why we also did it, because this is not like a pure action movie, so it's like it's okay. It misses out. We get so now the cops are like, they're seeing the guy who plays Santa for the town. He's got like things crawling all over him. It's a bad scene there, Chad Cruz.
Yeah, it's not good at all, right? That's bad.
And we see Pete trying to fight off the gremlins from his window. And the cops are like, okay, we're going to get the hell out of here. So not very good cops.
No, I don't.
Thank you. Keep giving out. Yeah.
Yep.
You're
Yeah,
at it a lot.
I agree
right
with
now.
you. No, they're not good.
No one else wasn't good. Their brakes.
These little gremlins, they chop the brake lines and away they go. And there's those cops that you were so eager to get to help, Brain. They really.
I'm talking in the
Fix that.
real world that you should go to the police and not take matters into your own hands. I don't advocate for vigilantism.
That's shocking.
Now, listen up. Billy gets to his car, but this time it actually starts. They're taking a movie.
The
trope.
gremlins tried to screw it up and somehow they made it work.
Yeah, they fixed it accidentally. It's like they turned the movie trope on its head here, Chad Cruz.
They did.
And
The foreign car worked.
the Volkswagen worked. And Rockin' Ricky's on the radio, and he's like, I'm sick of you people calling about these crazy things. And then you hear a ruckus, and you're like, oh, they're going to get Rockin' Ricky next. Meanwhile, Rand is making his way home because it's freaking Christmas Eve, and he's got the dog, and he's called to let him know, give him a status update. Because again, we didn't have cell phones back then to just say, hey, on my way. He had to stop at the gas station, Chad Cruz.
Yeah, he didn't text her. He didn't make some fucking TikTok at the gas station.
Like Ryan Campbell.
Like
Ryan
Ryan
Campbell's always
Campbell.
making TikToks.
Ryan Campbell, king of TikTok.
He's like, oh, look at the prices of here.
Oh, I'm at the gas station. Look at all these candy selection.
You want to know how many I got a whopping. Oh, that's a great. Thank you for bringing it up, Brain. On my TikTok at
You're welcome.
RyCam7, I have 1,999 followers. Who wants to be the big 2K?
I'm jumping in.
Head over there right now.
There we go. You can
Thank you for that
see-
plug, Brain. You're good at this.
I am a professional, and you could see Ryan comparing different flavors of Airheads over there right now. Now,
That's a great idea.
and you
The
have
podcast
time.
is sponsored by Ryan's TikTok.
Yes, it is, and he's going to pay us all for mentioning it. So yeah, he does offer the attendant a smokeless ashtray, and then we go back to seeing Kate working at Dory's Tavern, and she is trapped in a bar full of drunken, disorderly gremlins.
She's doing her best though to keep it down. Props to her.
She's doing her job. She is also a professional.
She's
And-
continuing to serve drinks.
Rebooking here. This is my booking.
Uh-oh.
You give a scene where like one of the gremlins like gives her a tip and begrudgingly is like, all right, good work. You're a good one. That'd have been funny.
I would have liked them playing billiards, right? You got billiards, but then you could look over and there's a couple of them playing darts. And on the dartboard is a picture of Gizmo.
Or a crude drawing. A crude drawing.
Crude drawing works
Yes.
even better.
Well, there are a lot of gremlins in here. We got the ceiling fan gremlin.
Yeah.
We've got poker playing gremlins.
Oh,
We
the writer's room for this scene must have been a blast. You know,
Oh.
it was just people around a table, just like having a ball coming up with all the crazy shots and scenes.
got flasher
It's like
gremlin.
a totally fucked up version of the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You get drag gremlin.
Yeah, a flash dance gremlin. It's 1984, so you have to have a breakdance gremlin. But I got news for you, gremlins. I think somebody beat you to it. Anyway, Miles, we get the Miles Davis gremlin. We get the Puppet Show gremlin.
Have you guys seen the Key and Peele skit about Gremlins 2?
I have not.
Dear God. It's basically what you just described. Like the
writers-
writer's room.
You know what?
Of,
Maybe I have.
it's goddamn funny. You should watch it. After we get off this, watch it.
Okay, I'll watch that and then I'll send you Shudini.
Okay.
Kate figures out the bright light trick with the camera flash, and that almost gets her out the door. But then she runs out of the flash. But guess who's there in a flash? It's the one and only Billy.
Mm.
And then they go to the car, and now it does what you would expect. It doesn't start, so they got to hoof it. There's just people running. There's it's chaos in Kingston Falls, folks.
Would you have left the car running? I would have.
Yeah, maybe it stalled out. Who knows?
It could
As
be.
someone who drove around a car for about a year that had to literally be jump started every time you started it, yeah, I left that sucker running as if it was even possible. That thing stayed running.
I had a good like 6
Pretty sure I ran to
months.
Kroger with it running once.
I had a good 6 months years ago where my car was broken down, and I had a motorcycle at the time too. All I had was my motorcycle, and I had 2 jobs. So I would just ride my bike, rain or shine, buddy. I was riding in the rain. I would just carry a backpack with a fucking trash bag inside it with extra clothes, and I'd just be soaked going everywhere. It was rough.
I had a good 6 months years ago, and it's been downhill ever since. But listen, Billy and Kate duck into the bank, which has also been just destroyed. I don't know what they just destroy just to destroy. What would gremlins need with money? Nothing. And now, Toyman, we get the whole story about why Kate hates Christmas.
And again, this was a PG movie. Let's remember this. And I don't know if the children of 1984 were emotionally equipped to deal with why she did not like the holidays. Again, it might not just be the violence as to why we went to PG-13, but there was some pretty heavy content for a random. How old were you when you went to see this, Brain?
I was 10.
28.
Were you emotionally equipped to deal with this?
I probably didn't care. I was probably like, na 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 na.
You just liked all the tubas as people were like, bwomp,
Yeah, I just saw a breakdancing gremlin like 2 minutes earlier. I probably was still on a high from that.
Well, her father was apparently a breakdancing gremlin of some type.
Oh, break your neck.
Because when
Buster
yeah, he
Rhymes.
broke his neck on Christmas dressed as Santa, and that is usually like a supervillain origin story.
Yeah.
That's usually how we find out that someone's going to become a killer in a horror movie. So, I didn't notice this when I was younger. And, when you look back on it, as an adult or as a parent watching with your kid, you're like, they got away with a lot of stuff. I mean, even nudity back in the day. I mean, think of the movies PG,
Chad Cruz knows
PG-13.
all about it.
Yeah, that's why I had
got
the
away with
lotion.
stuff.
Listen,
that was a little heavy for
there
our
was
young souls back then.
I saw on the Instagram a couple weeks ago, somebody, like, I think one of those like toy maker, they just make the custom things, had a Kate's dad figure. And it was like head first. The neck was snapped. I think his skin was all blue.
That's like the Uncle Owen Aunt Beru set.
Yeah,
that's like
with the
charred
skeletons. Yeah. I'll have to find that for everyone as well. I'll put it on the Bulletproof Action Instagram, at Bulletproof Action on Instagram, by the way, since we're plugging social medias now. So yeah, we find out what happened to Kate's dad, and okay, now that makes sense why you'd hate Christmas. So when they get out of that situation, the streets are now empty. Like moments ago, it was just people running around, gremlins running around. Now nothing's happening. Where did everybody go? Billy is like, they probably are all somewhere together and somewhere dark. Ha! The movie theater.
You could just turn the lights off wherever you go.
I know. It saves money and electricity. And in today's budget-conscious world, we suggest you do that, folks. So they go and they see that they're, in fact, at the theater. They have cleaned that snack bar out, and they are getting ready to enjoy some Snow White. Billy asks Kate, Ryan Campbell, where the boiler room is, and for some reason, she knows. Did she also work at the movie theater at some point, do you think?
I mean, it's possible. A lot of times these small towns, there's only so many places to work. Maybe an odd job your way around for a little bit. It's possible.
I know.
Or maybe she went down there for some nookie at one point or something. I don't know, with a past boyfriend.
Right,
or maybe she had another family member die down there in some terrifically dark way.
It's getting darker and darker. These
melted. Are you saying you don't know where the boiler room is at your movie theater?
No, I don't.
Do you know where it was at the Sorg Opera House?
No.
Probably in the back somewhere.
That's probably right.
I shit my pants there one time.
Oh, geez. What a wonderful story for the holidays. I was told this was a professional podcast and that I was taking things too far. And now we're getting a shit in your pants story from the Sorg Opera House. That has landmark status, I believe.
I threw the
skid mark status now.
Yeah. It does.
Oh my.
Chad Cruz is back, everyone.
I remember I threw the shit covered towel out the fire escape.
You're lucky no one was sitting out there. That's where everyone would hang out, sit on that fire escape.
Oh man.
That rickety ass fire escape. Oh my God.
I shot many promos out there for people.
Death trap, bro.
It was.
Hopefully some homeless dude caught it downstairs.
Independent wrestling at its finest. Oh, jeez. So yeah, we get to the theater, and now Chad Cruz.
Yes.
We get a situation where he's going to start a fire. Is this a good way to blow up a building as a fireman?
He's got Inglourious Bastards that place.
Yeah, he opened the gas valve.
Yeah. And then he lights oily rags or maybe shit covered towels. I don't know.
I mean, it might work. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't suggest doing that.
Okay.
I don't think it wouldn't blow the building up like it does in this movie.
Right.
But
probably stink.
Movie science.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, and they get out just in the nick of time. The gremlins are right because the reel runs out of the of Snow White. So the gremlins see these humans running behind the screen, the silhouettes. So they're like, oh, we got to get those motherfuckers, and they go after him. Fortunately, our heroes get out and slam the door and barricade it, get away from the theater before it blows up. Goodbye, movie theater.
I'd like to know the backstory of why and how they were able to get approval to have Snow White on the theater. Okay, because this is Warner Brothers.
Was it public domain at that point?
There's no way at that point that the original Disney would have been public domain in the 80s.
I'd like to see Phoebe Cates as a Snow White.
What's the public domain time frame, Toyman?
Well, it's been extended a few times because of Disney. But I don't know what it was in the 80s, but I mean, when did Snow White come out?
95 years.
20.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Snow White's from like the 20s or 30s. Snow White's old. It's old, bruh.
Jeez.
I think that's like my grandpa.
I mean, in our lifetime, we're going to see an awful lot. We're going to see an awful lot of our favorite things go public domain in our lifetime. And that's just crazy.
Quick Google search says the 1937 animated film is protected until 2032, so it's still protected.
Well, I don't know why they got to do it. Because they they paid for it.
I mean, it is Spielberg. I imagine he could probably call in a few favors, and this is before Disney became as litigious.
Right. And Disney, Disney was in the shitter at that time. So they were probably like, you want to give us some money so those gremlins could sing hi ho, hi ho?
More than that, I'm shocked that it's on HBO Max and they didn't have to like put some other generic shit in there or something like that.
No, this
is also funny.
Well, they did it. They blew it up. So it doesn't matter. There's no evidence that ever happened.
We saw nothing.
So all that. Now I should have pointed out that Stripe once again got out while the getting was good because he got the munchies, and he's like, I got to go out to the snack bar, but those bastards all ate. But then he looks across the street and he sees candy, a neon candy sign. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna get me some candy. So he leaves. He's out of the theater when it blows up.
He's probably filming a TikTok over there.
Yeah, probably which airheads he likes best. But listen now, he is there, and Kate's like, oh, like they don't even give you like that moment, like, oh, we did it. It's like instantaneous. It's like, look, that motherfucker's over in the department store. So now we go to the department store, and this will be the site of our final showdown. We get a little kissy face time between Billy and Kate before they go about their respective duties. Kate's going to find the light switches. Billy's going to go on a Stripe hunt. And Chad Cruz, they really make the most of the department store setting here.
Yeah, they do. I mean, you've got like, parts of the department store that are much more dangerous than other parts, right? She knew where the boiler room was in the movie theater, but she don't know shit about light switches.
Right.
So it takes her a minute to get to them. But in the meantime, Stripe's got a fucking bow and arrow. Like he's trying to find new ways to kill Billy. And there's a giant fucking garden center or something with a massive fountain in it, which is kind of like the when you're playing a board game and at the end of the board game you win and there's a big ass thing. That's the big ass thing, because once Stripe gets there, he's going to mutate into about 5,000 fucking gremlins.
That's what he's hoping for, and that's what Billy's trying to prevent. We get Gizmo. He was with Kate, but he sneaks away because he's got to help his boy Billy. And he gets his Clark Gable moment when he gets the Barbie Corvette. Right.
We even get the iconic like shot from behind the steering wheel, and he's doing his little eye movements. It's nice. It's a cool little shot there.
And Kate does get the lights, but now Stripe is going to that fountain, and that area did not have like lights. It had just like skylights. So it didn't need like they just, it was the garden center area. It wasn't really part of the rest. So, but there was those shades, Chad Cruz. Shades, I say.
Shades.
And that's where we get to see Gizmo make the big jump with the snow shovel. What a hero. And we get that. Stripe has a gun as well. We should point that out. He's shooting at Billy. I don't know. I guess they were selling starter pistols at the.
Also, Billy blocking a chainsaw with a wooden baseball bat is a bold strategy.
Yeah,
I liked it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's when the lights come on just in time.
An arrow with the boombox.
Right. That's that worked better than it did in Death Wish 2, because you could block an arrow with a boombox, but not a bullet. Larry Fishburne.
You think about Billy is he's so motivated to
Yeah.
survive because
he's got that date planned.
he's
Kate's waiting for him at the other end.
Oh, he's so horny right now.
Yeah,
The
he could have
Me
won.
So Horny Award.
He could have been nominated for the Me So Horny Award. You're right.
Oh man,
Yes, Gremlins really.
Poor
got the
Gremlins
shaft.
missed out. Yeah, we
killed 3,000 gremlins.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that's when the lights come on. That helps. Yeah, because that baseball bat wasn't going to hold on for much longer. Lights come on. That scares Stripe to the fountain area. He gets the gun, and Gizmo saves the day by pulling the shade. The sunlight hits that motherfucker Stripe, and he just starts melting and being ooze.
Ooh.
What an effect. This movie's full of great effects, but Stripe kind of disintegrating at the end is certainly one of the highlights.
And Rand and Barney show up to witness the aftermath. We do get one little final jump scare because what's left of Stripe like moves. But don't worry, folks, he's dead. And now we go back to the Peltzer home. It's Christmas, or Christmas Eve, late. Santa's almost arriving, except at Kate's house. And
he's already here. There's someone already here.
But before Santa gets there, though, Chad Cruz, the grandfather shows up.
Yeah, and Chinese grandpa. We love the Chinese on this program.
How did he track them down? How does he even know where they live?
He probably
looked it up. He had the Peltzer's
the bathroom buddy.
Card. Yeah,
he probably had
card.
People were in the book back. There used to be a thing called the phone
Yeah.
book. You just could find people that way.
Yeah. I mean, it is a full circle moment for the film. The grandfather shows up to reclaim his property. He gives one last final. I knew this was a bad idea, or I didn't want this to happen, and I knew you couldn't be responsible, and this and that. And no matter what had happened, Gizmo and Billy, they shared something in this film, and Gizmo gets to say his final goodbyes to Billy, which is a nice moment.
A heartwarming moment between two friends.
The grandpa speaks Mogwai.
He does. Well, to speak,
He also kind of lets Billy know, maybe you do deserve, to have him as a pet. He kind of lets his guard down. It gives you that cliffhanger that obviously we know we get a Gremlins 2 out of this, years later, but there wasn't a final goodbye.
No. So there we go. We see we end with some Hoyt Axton narration, and the Gremlins, and we see the grandfather walking away, and the Gremlins theme hits, and credits. And Brian Campbell, your final Gremlins thoughts?
Yeah, definitely a fun one. Just classic Spielberg, Amblin Entertainment kind of stuff here, with a little bit of a horror twist. Just perfect stuff, and not one I typically watch in the Christmas time. It's not what I think about often when I'm grabbing Christmas movies, but I'm glad that we watched it instead of ones that I'd watch every single year. So it was nice to get it in this year, and it is a fine film that still holds up today, I would say, especially the effects.
Toyman, your thoughts?
Like I said, this was a favorite of mine as a kid. It has continued to be a favorite in this house. We have watched it fairly often. I've mentioned, Zach having the original Gizmo doll, and I've got some of the NECA Gremlins merchandise. I also should mention that a couple of years back, we got a Gremlins. It's one of those, little stocking stuffer card games, but it's actually been one of Zach's favorite games to play. And one of the ways to end the game is there's a sunlight card, so you actually have the image. It's artistic. It's not like a film cell or anything like that, of Stripe getting blasted by the sunlight. So the finale was making me think that we haven't played the game much this year, so it might be time to break it out this weekend. But no, this is a childhood favorite. It's a classic. It's timeless. It's a holiday film. It's a non-holiday film that can be enjoyed year-round. I have always been a Gremlins fan, and I am glad that we had a chance to talk about it here tonight.
Chad Cruz, it's your turn. Do we have Chad Cruz?
Did we lose Chad?
We may. Yeah, I think we did lose Chad Cruz.
Did Chad Cruz go jump in the pool?
No,
Are we going to get multiple Chad Cruzes so that we can have one on the podcast?
He said he lost us, but I think we lost him. Well,
couldn't even make it for a full podcast. My goodness.
Chad Cruz has disappeared, but that's okay. I will give my recap, and that is this. This is one of my all-time favorite movies, one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. It can't hit Scrooge level, but what can? But this one I definitely watch each and every year. And again, that's why I recognize things like Mr. Anderson and when they pop up in other movies, because I've seen Mr. Anderson many times for the past lot of years. So it's Gremlins, folks. And it is our last regularly scheduled podcast of the year. What do you guys think of that? We've almost made it another complete year.
Another one bites the dust.
It was I think it was a big year for the pod. Felt like we thank you to everyone that listened, and I'm interested in looking at some of the stats next week, but it felt like we built a little momentum this year, Brain.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were basically weekly, which was a first. And yeah, we'll get more into that because next week we will, in fact, have our special year in review edition. We're going to be going around and sharing our top 5 action movies of 2025. Each of us will have our own list and we'll share those. We will also pay tribute to some of the action icons and stars and contributors that we lost in 2025. We'll share the top 10 episodes of the podcast and the top 10 posts on Bulletproof Action, plus everybody's favorite, the search terms.
One of my favorite pods of the year. It's always just a good time to get together with you guys and laugh at some of the horniness that you got. You all should have won the Me So Horny Award.
Yeah, that award is very fitting. Also, of course, I do want to remind everybody about our social media. I mentioned Instagram earlier. We're at Bulletproof Action there. We're at Bulletproof Action on Facebook, and at Bulletproof Pod on the Blue Sky and X. And of course, the YouTube channel, Ryan Campbell. I'm sure you'll have some YouTube stats for us next week as well.
Yep, I'll get it all compiled. So go watch and like all your videos now for the week, and we'll cover them next week.
And also, of course, we want to encourage you to check out bulletproofaction.com. I will be covering, as this drops, it will already be up on the website, the latest Toyman from Jesse V. Johnson, starring Aaron Eckhart, Thieves Highway. Have you heard about this one?
I have not.
Yeah, we got some Jesse V. Johnson, so I'm looking forward to that one.
Very cool.
Ryan Campbell later in the week will have his Avatar bullshit.
Can't wait.
And there will be yet another edition of No Surrender, back-to-back weeks. You're getting spoiled here in the holiday season, folks.
That's it. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The most recent one was a look back at the death of the Incredible Hulk, the final NBC television movie with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. So please go and have a look at that No Surrender Cinema, and feel free to go through the archives while you're looking at those columns. And I will have a brand new one, so you get 2 before the end of the year.
There you go. And yeah, that's there. I also want to make mention, I mentioned it last week, but check out the PM Entertainment Podcast Christmas edition, as I was on there talking about something we just talked about. I believe it was last year. We talked Riot. I'm talking Riot over there. The PM Entertainment Christmas Classic. Also on that episode was the DTV connoisseur himself, Matt Pereira, and the host, John Cross. I do want to thank John for the invitation to what was basically the PM Entertainment Christmas party. And I don't go to too many Christmas parties, but I was happy to go to that one. Check that out. We have some interesting conversations about Gatling guns, and I do manage to work in a reference to Pacific Blue, Toyman. I hope you enjoy that. I put in some random TV, but of course this was from the 90s. I know that's a little past your time, but there you have it. Anything else we want to say before we wrap this one up?
Well, this won't be the last one before Christmas.
No, next week we will have our Christmas wishes for everyone.
Yeah. So y'all can suck it for now.
Wow. And don't, again,
okay.
December
Taking over for Chad Cruz in his absence.
Right. December 30th. Don't forget the first annual Golden Butthorn Awards ceremony. will be preempting our regularly scheduled podcast. And I'll have more news next week as well about what we'll be doing for our first episode of the new year. So stay tuned for that. Toyman, did you have anything else you wanted to say, or do you want to tell somebody to suck it, or what's going on?
No need to tell anybody to suck it, and I've already plugged No Surrender Cinema. So as always, just thank you for checking out the podcast. Please keep doing so, whether it's on YouTube or through any other means. Just keep on listening, keep on reading, keep on checking out bulletproofaction.com, and we will keep producing more entertaining content. Entertaining might be subjective depending on who we've got on the podcast and if they can stay on for the whole show. But otherwise, we are here for you, so be here for us.
What if Chad, if you're listening back to this, what Toyman is basically saying is kiss my grits, okay?
Well, Ryan told everybody to suck it. I had to narrow the venom down to one person.
Not the person who writes the check, so he can send me your Christmas bonus.
Okay, very good. Very good. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for this very special Gremlins episode. I want to thank Chad Cruz for joining us for most of it. And I got a message. It seems my internet has crapped the bed, much like he crapped his pants at the Sorg Opera House. So there you go, folks. Thanks again for listening. And as always, stay tuned for more of the Bulletproof Podcast.